It's mesquite bean harvesting season, and I've been busy collecting mesquite beans to use to make organic pottery paint. So today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to turn these beans into this sticky substance that you can paint on your pottery to make black carbon designs. Are you ready? Let's get started. These long pods are the fruit of the mesquite tree. And the beans don't actually come out of the pods. They're kind of welded in there. And so when people talk about mesquite beans, they're usually talking about the entire pod because it's pretty hard to separate the bean from the pod. A while back, I ordered these little containers to put mesquite bean paint in so that I could mail it and sell it to people. When it came though, they're very small. You maybe have enough paint here for 1 or 2 pots. And so I ordered some larger containers, which I now have. These are over 3 times larger than the first ones. And this is more like the size I want to sell. So today I'm going to be working at cooking these mesquite beans down into this syrup and then putting in these little jars. It helps to have a nice big pot to cook these in. A lot of beans are going to cook down to a small amount of paint. So if you have a nice big pot like this, you can just stuff it full of mesquite beans, fill it with water, and just let it boil for a while. Okay, let's talk about organic paint as it relates to mesquite beans really fast. The technology of using organic paint to make designs on pottery started around 700 AD, right around the time when decorated pottery was first getting started in the Southwest. These early types that used organic paint were all made in the northern Southwest on the Colorado Plateau, areas where mesquite trees don't naturally grow. Over time, the use of organic paint became quite popular and spread across a wide area, but all in the northern Southwest. It never seemed to catch on in the southern part of the Southwest. So up until about 1250, organic painted pottery was never made in places where mesquite trees naturally grow. Traditional among Pueblo groups that make organic painted pottery is the use of a plant called Rocky Mountain bee plant to make that organic paint. Rocky Mountain bee plant grows all over the Colorado Plateau, while mesquite trees grow in none of that country. Around 1300, the technology of making organic painted pottery spread south from the Colorado Plateau into southern Arizona. Since bee plant does not grow in this area, this leads to the question, what were they using to make their organic pottery paint? They may have imported bee plant from the north, they may have grown bee plant in their gardens, or they may have used something else that grows abundantly in the local area and works just as good for organic paint. Experiments have shown that many plants can be used to make organic pottery paint. Among my favorites are mesquite beans and yucca fruit. Okay, I've got my pot all full of mesquite beans. I've pulled out all the leaves and sticks, and I've left plenty of room for water and for boiling and stuff so it won't slop over. So I'm ready to take this into the kitchen and put some water in it, put it on the stove and let it cook for a while. I also still have this pot from my previous effort that needs to be boiled down. And I still have a bag of mesquite beans for more work in the future. So let's go into the kitchen and get started on this. You just want to put the pot on the stove, turn the heat on, and let it boil for several hours. So now this is about an hour or so later, and you can see that the beans are starting to become soft, and the liquid is starting to get darker, more of a brown color. Also, this other pot, this is material that's already had the solids taken out, and I'm just trying to boil the liquid out, and you can see that the water level has already dropped a couple of inches here, which is what I want. Now once this has boiled for a long period and I've created a strong tea, I need to get all the solids out. So I'm just taking these mesquite beans and I'm just squeezing them between my hands, trying to get all the moisture out of them because I want what's in the moisture, I don't want the solids. What would be really helpful here would be something like a cider press, but since I don't have something like that, I'm just using my hands the best I can to get that liquid out. Now this is just a paint strainer bag that you can pick up at any hardware store, and I'm just using this to strain out any seeds or remaining pulp that's in the liquid. And that way I can take that liquid, put it back on the stove, and cook it down into a syrup. Okay, so I've got a pan full of this mesquite bean tea, And this is gonna go back on my stove top now and get cooked down until it's a thick syrup. And then once it's thick enough, I'll put it in those little containers I showed you earlier that then I can store or sell or give away or do whatever I need to do. Okay, let's talk briefly about how organic paint works on pottery. First, this sticky organic material needs to be applied to the right kind of clay. Most clays will not turn organic paint into black designs. The clays that work best for this are smectite clays, made through the weathering of volcanic ash. So the designs are painted onto this smectite clay, which is usually in the form of a slip, because these clays are not great for building with. Once the paint is in place, these pots need to be fired in just the right way. Too much oxidation will cause the designs to burn away, leaving you with a faint gray designs. In order to get good black designs on your pottery, the oxidation phase of that firing needs to be extremely limited. In Anasazi style black on white pottery, this is done by smothering. In the southern Southwest Salado style pottery, this is done by breaking up the fire early. So the point I want to emphasize is that organic painted pottery is not just about the paint. It requires the right paint on the right clay in the right firing environment. I'll put a link to a more detailed video about how organic paint works right up here in case you're interested in learning more about this. At this stage of the process, when it's starting to cook down into a pretty thick liquid, you need to keep a really close eye on it and not walk away for very long because it will burn in a heartbeat. And once it starts getting really thick, you want to stand over it and stir it constantly until it's the desired thickness, because like I said, it will burn in a second. Okay, so I've got my mesquite beans all processed into paint. That giant pan of mesquite beans that I put on the stove boiled down to 16 of these small containers full of syrup. So there's quite a bit of beans to make a small amount of paint. So if you're interested in trying your hands at this, go out and collect some mesquite beans, or if you live farther north, try some of that Rocky Mountain bee plant or something else maybe that grows in your area. I'm going to be selling these on my website in case you're interested in just purchasing some of this paint. Now the other side of the coin from organic paint is mineral paint, and a lot of the prehistoric pottery made in the Southwest, like Membris pottery for example, and Tularosa, was made using mineral paints. So if you're interested in learning more about the other side, about mineral paints, I'll put a link to that video right over here so you can learn about that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.